Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sonny T. Right back at you with another podcast from Marketers exclusive. Now, I want you to go to Cheeseburger Nation for my podcast, Stealthy Millionaire on Instagram. YouTube is Podcast from Marketers, and Billionaire Vids on Snapchat, Billionaire Vid without the S on Twitter, podcastfrommarketers.com for your free MP3 player. You got to pay for your fucking shipping. Right? And I have a kick-ass SMMA course over there that's kicking Ty Lopez's right in the old britches. You can see all of those links down below in the description and the first comment as well. Go to funnelhackerpro.com for my Facebook group. It's kick-ass, man. Dudes are over there making big progress. Smash that thumbs up, man. I want you to break your fucking mouth, man. If you like this video, man, make sure you comment below. Let me know, man. I want to know what you guys think on these videos, man. I really enjoy the comments. I like talking to each and every one of you, and we have a really cool community going over there. So fucking subscribe to this channel if you like the content. I do videos every day, non-stop. I'll never stop. Boom. Guys, so today we are on number 25. And today I wanted to talk to you about, you guessed it, mindset again. But I had a quick story for you. This is the billionaire mindset. Again, I talk about making money, and people will always say, well, money isn't, what my goal is. My goal is to spend more time with my family, but money makes that possible for you to spend time with your family, right? So, but what I wanted to talk to you about was, you hear a lot of people say, and this is, it really kind of, it's like a thorn in my side. You'll hear a guy say, why do people want to make $1 million when they can comfortably live on, and I saw a guy actually write this, and he's like a motivational type, I do business online guy, right? And he says, when you could probably comfortably live on $300,000, right? So I had a quick story. My wife and I, you guys remember when the cleanse was big, right? My wife and I decided we wanted, if you could spell, we wanted to do the cleanse as well, right? I think I did spell that right. But anyways, so the cleanse, everybody was doing a 10-day cleanse. But I'm not the normal guy, right? So I said to my wife, let's do a 30-day cleanse. I wanted to, really go all out and do a 30-day cleanse. And with the cleanse, I don't know if you know that though, but you're cutting out all food in general. And all you do is you drink this solution of, it's like lemon juice, some type of like cayenne pepper, and like grade B maple syrup, right? And so this is supposed to cleanse you out or whatever. And all it is really is just a crazy way to go on a diet and starve yourself. But it's supposed to cleanse your body, and the cayenne pepper is supposed to satiate your hunger. I guess the sugar is supposed to give you a little bit of boost. And then lemon is the actual like cleansing part, right? So I said, well, man, we're going to go for 30 days. So me and my wife set out to go on a 30-day cleanse, right? And of course we didn't make it because the shit's fucking nuts. But where we did make it was the 10 days, right? And what I can tell you is that when we tried to do a 10-day cleanse before, we couldn't make it past 6 days. But because we had set our goal at 30 days, not saying that you should fail with your goals, but because we had set our goal for 30 days, the basic 10 days seemed like nothing. So we went for the 10 days, and then we decided, you know what, that's good enough. And we started, you have to come off the cleanse by eating soups and so on and so forth, right? They actually say the cleanse is eating disorder, and I tend to agree with that. But we did it because it was a fad. It was things that were going on, so we did it. But my point in saying that is, like, if you've ever been to the gym and you, like, let's just say you want to bench press, right? And you want to start bench pressing, and let's say you're bench pressing 300 pounds, right? Oh, well, that's a lot there. Did you know that you're supposed to be able to bench press your own weight? That's kind of crazy. Go try it. See what happens, right? So let's say you want to bench press 300 pounds and you say to yourself, I want to do 10 reps. More than likely, you're going to get 8 in or you're going to get 6 in, right? So if you say to yourself, I want to do 30 reps and you put that in your head, you'll get those 10 done. I promise you. Think about that. It's just when you know that it's the end, things get harder, right? So let's get to the billionaire mindset. Now, I had a guy that listened to one of my podcasts here lately when I was talking about knowing that you can achieve something and believing you can, and then also in the world of having cars, that what he was trying to accomplish, which was an Escalade, right? Escalade. Good enough. Let's call that good. All right. In the world of cars, of having cars, and I sent him a link of the largest car collection in the world was a chic dude with something between 3,000 and 6,000 cars in a car collection. And then they showed Jay Leno. They showed Tim Allen and a few other guys that had these super huge car collections, in their garage. So in the world of having cars, asking for one Escalade is small. He then wrote me back and said, you know what? I'm going for the Ghost, right? That's my point. If you say I want a Ghost, right? This will even be super easy. That means that an Escalade is just the first step to getting this Ghost, right? So let me tell you guys even what my goals are right now, right? And I'll get to the billionaire in a minute. So what my current goals are, right? So I'm going to show you what France kind of looks like. Yeah, for the most part, right? All right, so this is the bottom of France, okay? And this is the Mediterranean right here, and this is the this is all just France, okay? And this is the west side of France down south. So this is southwest, okay? And this is southeast. And here's Monaco and this is the baller side, okay? This is where all the cha-ching is. Now, in order to buy up a house on this side, you probably can get away with 40 to 50 grand, okay? It won't be the best house in the world, but you can do it. To get a house on this side, you're starting at $300,000, right? So you can see that there's a big contrast in sides, right? So now to tell you, this is where Paris is up here, right? So my goal was I want to be down here by the time I reach a certain age, and I haven't reached the age yet, right? So I moved from Paris to this side first, right? And now my goal is to go from this side to up. That's French, by the way. When they say up la, they're actually saying hop. All right, just for a little French lesson. Up. So I wanted to up over here to the baller side, right? But my goal isn't even to get a $300,000 house on this side. The actual goal for me, what I set for my goal, to be honest with you, is a $3 million house on this side, hanging off the side of a fucking mountain, overlooking the Mediterranean. Right here is, right next to here is Italy, by the way. So that's like my goal, to get a house on the baller side worth millions, overlooking the side of a mountain at the Mediterranean. But I took steps, right? Because right now, if you were to just, in the beginning of all of this, years ago, if you would have just told me, hey man, I just want to move to the south of France, I'd be like, you're fucking nuts, right? But because I set my goals so high, those little hops are nothing, right? And so here we go to the billionaire mindset. So now let's just say that it's me, I'm Sonny, okay? And this is you over here, and you say, I want to make $1 million, okay? But I say, I want to make $1 billion. At the end of the day, let's just say you make it to your 1 million. Yay, I made it, right? And let's just say that maybe I don't make my 1 billion, but I make 200 million, right? Who really won here? Yay, right? So you start to understand that having a billionaire mindset, or basically what you need to do is try to overreach. You really want to do that. It's again, this is all mindset, right? And I do this a lot. I want to kind of, and this is exactly how I think, guys. I make steps. I'll be honest with you. They say that having realistic goals is actually mediocrity. But I'm talking about, I make realistic goals that are probably mediocre to, I don't know, Bill Gates, right? But my normal goals look like fucking a lifetime's worth of shit to the average person, right? But I make very realistic goals, and I conquer those goals, and I overcome them just time and time and time again, right? Because I'm telling myself, I want to get to $1 billion, right? I want to make $1 million a month. Okay, so I didn't do the math right? So I want you guys, don't fucking talk. I get guys every once in a while, Sonny, your math isn't right. I'm trying to figure out your math. Well, just figure it out for yourself. Don't figure out my fucking math. Figure out your fucking math, right? Because my math is going to be fucked up, but you should be trying to figure out what I'm trying to do any fucking way. Figure out your own math. But making $1 million is something like 2,700 and some odd, right? Let me just say, some odd dollars. So just take this off. 2,700 and some odd dollars per day, right? Well, to make $1 billion, you need to make $2.7 million and some odd, right? Here we go, dollars. So you can see the difference here, right? So if you want to make $1 billion, that means you need to start figuring out, how can I make, in a year, I guess, how can I make $2.7 million a day, right? But it all starts right here, right? So you make a step and say, I want to make, and I can see 2,700 and some odd dollars a day making that. I can honestly see that. Why? Because I'm already close to that. Okay, I'm not too far off of that right fucking now, right? So I can see reaching that. But I want to reach that billionaire status. Do you know why I want to reach billionaire status? And it really doesn't have anything to do with the money itself. It's just that everybody's making it seem so fucking easy right now. And I start looking at dork dudes like Mark Zuckerberg. To me, he's a dork. He's a computer programmer. No, he stole the code, stole somebody else's shit. He was just a smart dude. He had to pay that dude off, right? Because he stole his fucking code. He stole some shit and he figured out how to put it all together, and he made $1 billion. If somebody can accidentally stumble on and steal a $1 billion idea, right? And there's several people that have done it. The Dollar Shave Club, right? Jesus Christ, man. The Dollar Shave Club came up with a simple funnel, okay? They said that you can get razors for $1, okay? But once you get in the funnel, they start selling you other shit that has to do with shaving, right? And the same with the dollar, and they just sold the Dollar Shave Club for, it was just the upsells at the end of the deal, right? And now you have the Dollar Beard Club, right? And what do these guys do? They sell you something for $1, okay? And then after that, they send you directly to a funnel selling you beard wax, beard oil, beard brushes, or whatever like that, right? $1 billion company right now, right? So now that's just an idea that came up. Somebody came up with the $1 billion shave club, and then somebody came up with the smart idea of being the $1 billion beard club, the exact opposite, right? So that's done. But what I'm saying to you is that for me, making $1 billion, if dorks can do it that easy, if they can fix those problems and make $1 billion that fast, right? Then we can do it over a period of time, right? So I want you to change that to your billionaire mindset and start thinking like that. You want to know, like one of my profiles is called Billionaire Bliss, right? And I did that for a reason, because I want to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire, right? So that means that when I start having multiples of millions of dollars, first, I'm not happy, and my hunger will not be satiated. That's number one. and I won't settle for anything other than the $1 billion. The next thing that you need to understand is that once you make it to that $1 million mark and start having Ferraris and Testarossas, and well, I'd say Testarossas, but that's an old car, but whatever the new Ferraris are, whatever the new Lamborghinis, like I think it's a Huracan. Back in our days, it was the Countach, right? So I just dated myself. All right, so but now it's the Huracan and something else, right? Ty Lopez just bought something. I don't even know what the fucking name. There's different. I can't even tell you the difference of it. They just look really good to me, but just Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Mercedes, whatever you want. The big G, for now, I'm a Range Rover guy, right? So I'm saying to myself though, but I'm looking at these new G wagons from Mercedes. And it was a G5, but now they're like G550s, and they look really cool. So I'm like, fuck, I kind of like that car, right? And I'm a Bentley guy, right? So I'm like, but I like this G550. I think I'm going to knock that G550 now, right? So you start understanding that that's just a normal thing to you when you get to the level. So don't set your shit like my man did with a plain old Escalade, I think those are by Cadillac or something like that. Set your goals for the Bentley truck, or like he said, the Ghost, right? So when you get the Escalade, it was just one step, the first step. And you'll be happy that you got that Escalade, but you won't be satiated. You won't be happy with that. You won't settle for that. You go, oh, this is nothing. And that's where I want you to be at. That's exactly where I want you to be at. Well, this is nothing. This is just an Escalade. My real shit is right here. I want the Ghost. But you got this fucking Escalade now, right? And that's just going to be normal for you. So that's why I want you to have that billionaire and that hundreds of millions of dollar mindset. That's why I want you to do a 30-day fast instead of a 10-day fast. That's why I want you to do 30 reps with that bench pressing instead of saying I'm going to do 10. Because if you just set your goals at 10 days or 10 reps, you're going to fall a little short. Well, if I fall a little short of $1 billion, I feel a lot better than if I fall a little short of a summer break.